aborting black babies.
This is literally the world we're in. I gotta leave this country.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I want to do a video. Do you guys want to do a video? Yeah. Because I want to talk about this, and this is a perfect little segue into talking about this stuff. Oh look, it's an all-night umbrella. America's greatest hero, also pro-choice. Love that.
Baby lives matter. Baby lives matter. Baby lives matter. Stop aborting black babies.
He says babies' lives matter, but you don't see him helping any goddamn babies that are already born. No adoption center helping, but he wants to tell people what to do with their bodies. Makes no sense. Ugh. Max, you're the head of this movement. So I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts about what's going on today?
It's really inspiring, actually. I was not expecting to see this many people out here. It's men, women, everybody in between, and it makes me really happy.
Yes, right? Because if we're all out here, then who are we fighting against, really?
Exactly. I really hope this turns out in our favor, because I really don't see why it shouldn't.
Someone's subverting, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Even the honking makes me happy. I love it so much. Oh my god.
It's like a sense of community almost.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that there were this many people out here fighting. And I even told some of my friends about it who live in other areas. I have a friend in Delaware. Theirs was a little late, so she couldn't go, but they have it everywhere, and I was really happy to see that. And I'm so glad I made it out here.
And it only makes me think, if so many people are for it, who is against it, really?
Yeah. So if this doesn't go in our favor, I don't see, there's something wrong with this country, for real.
I mean, there's something been wrong with this country, but thank you so much for contributing.
Of course.
Thank you.
Seatbelts, no choice. Oh, it's everything. They make all this for you. I think it's this.
Abortion is a right.
We won't give up the fight.
Abortion is a right.
We won't give up the fight. We won't give up the fight. We won't give up the fight.
Definitely against it. We can't go back in time. I mean, it's 2022 and it's just an attack on women, so.
Exactly. Thank you for showing up and showing out, and I love this poster.
If you want a choice, get a vasectomy.
Yeah, if you want a choice, get a vasectomy. You don't choose what you can do to other people. It makes no sense. Oh my god, again? All the time.
The second thing is, I'm here as a rape survivor. I am standing for this woman who does not have a voice, and we are terrified that the state is going to make them have a family that they can't afford or they can't take care of at this time. I'm here for them.
I think the only thing good that can come of this is that it can get young people and other Democrats or people that aren't registered to register to vote and understand what is on the line, because it's not just reproductive rights. There's so many things that are not in the Constitution that are on the line, like women's right to vote, the interracial marriage, gay marriage, contraceptives. You know, women weren't even allowed to get a credit card without their husband's permission until 1973. Our mothers, our grandmothers already fought for this, so why are we still here fighting?
Yeah, I agree.
Because we have an entire party that is stuck in 1927. So I mean, it's incredible. I've always been political, but this is something we've been talking about, and everyone's it's never gonna happen, but it's fucking here.
It's here, it's happening.
So I hope more young people get registered to vote. So this is your guys' responsibility now too. Anyone who's about to turn 18, this is the time. You will remember this moment forever and tell your children about voting for this election. Even though it's just the midterms, it makes such a significant difference.
Men do not bear, this is one of our folks who shared the story, men do not bear children and should have no rights whatsoever that people do. Women, it is important to separate church and state as reproductive rights are basic human rights. People should recognize that religion is another matter altogether and has nothing to do with biology or science. Forcing a 12-year-old to have a baby is considered child abuse. Rape and incest are illegal. Nobody should be subjected to mental anguish, let alone a child. And I will add to that if the state is going to force women under 15 weeks, then we need to fight for child support for those babies after 15 weeks. Are they going to do that? Is the state going to stand up for undocumented women that are forced to carry a child that's an American baby in their belly after 15 weeks? These are a lot of questions that our society would have to figure out. We need freedom to abortion for all, regardless of who you are, the money in your bank account, the color of your skin, where you come from. We need that freedom for all, so keep that in mind.
So, what are your thoughts about what's going on as a man?
Yeah. Well, first of all, definitely listen to women first. Don't listen to me. But I think everyone should just have the same right. All right. As long as you're making up excuses to why someone can't do anything with their body, that's just fucked up. So just let everybody do what they want to do. It's their body.
With the hanger around your neck? I love it. So, my name's Aaliyah. What are your thoughts about the whole situation?
My thoughts are basically, if you actually cared about kids, abortion would be the last issue you tackle, because we have low child care for low-income communities. We have a horrible school system. A lot of kids, they're suffering from a lot of mental health issues that they didn't before, and you want to worry about abortion, about kids that aren't even here yet.
Not to mention the formula shortage.
The formula shortage. And the thing is, abortion is already inaccessible for low-income women. So really, this will just affect rich women.
Yeah.
We have to, after this, continue fighting. So
I agree. Thank you guys so much for sharing. So what are your opinions?
Well, first of all, I think that this is a tremendous turnout, but it has to be just the beginning. It's so thrilling to be with so many sisters and brothers who defend a woman's right to choose, but we can do 10 times more than this, and we have to do 10 times more than this, because the women-hating, anti-abortion tendency in this country, which is not just the extreme rightists on the fringe, but it's also the cowardly leaders of the Democratic Party who have not organized this woman power to fight for the right to abortion for 50 years since Roe v. Wade. You know, beginning with the Heidemann, they've just sat back and let a determined small minority of politicians playing by the rules of the two-party system turn around this basic right that was won through the struggle of women and their supporters in the 1960s. So to me, this has got to be thought of as an opening shot.
Thank you so much for sharing your opinions. So This is your sign, and I wanted to ask like what your opinion is on this whole situation.
Well, I just turned 65. I'm on Medicare, thank you, socialized medicine. And I'm happy to report that abortions have been safe for us for 50 years, but now we're feeling threatened, and it bothers me for my nieces, for other people in my life, that they will not have the same advantage. That is the law of the land for the last 50 years. And if they come for this, they're going to come for my husband and I. We have an interracial marriage. They're going to come for people who disagree with them. LGBTQ, everyone is in danger. This is not a woman's issue.
So why do you think vasectomies isn't an option? Like, why isn't that being discussed at all? Like, to them, it's only...
That's such a reasonable question, and we all know the answer to that. Because it's easier to tell someone else what to do than it is take responsibility for yourself. And that's true whether you're a man or a woman. So it's the path of least resistance that I'm happy to report that back in the 70s when I was around and this happened, men were not as supportive, and this is a whole new world, and you can look around and see it. Makes me very happy.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
And I love the sign again.
We remember the period before Roe, and the years before Roe in the late 60s and the early 70s, before there were any rights. And what was it that brought that Supreme Court decision into being? It wasn't because that Supreme Court was so much for women's rights. It was because the movement, the women's movement at that time, and the black liberation movement, and the rising gay liberation movement at that time, put them in a position where they thought that they had to do it. And it was illegal in many states to even have any information on abortion distributed. Any information even on contraception in Virginia was illegal at that time, for example. And so the movement brought that into being. And so while this is a setback at the Supreme Court, or it will be a setback when it occurs, it's not a setback that's permanent. The movement can force it again. And what happens here can be built 10 times more, and it can be a movement that will be undeniable. We should not put our faith in the Democratic Party, which for the last several decades has had the House, the Senate, the presidency, and has still failed time and again not to pass any legislation. Republican Party, the Democratic Party, whatever party it is.
Two wings of the same bird.
Yeah. We need to build the movement, people's power, labor power, immigrant power, all the movements together in one solid fist. People's liberation, black liberation, women's liberation, gay liberation. Let's make it happen.
Thank you so much for sharing. Keep your Christian paws on my silky draws. Yes, Grease. What the hell? What is he doing? What the f are you doing? What the f are you doing? What the f are you doing? What the f? What the f? What the f? What?
We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it.
What are you taking care of?
We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. We'll take care of it. Ma'am, just get the bus. I know we were trying to talk to you.
What did he do?
Take care of it.
And what happened was an arrogant officer was exerting his authority for no reason at all.
Yeah.
He felt that he essentially runs this city. He stopped and said, Someone who was distracted might run you over. Keep in mind, by the way, we had a walk sign.
Yeah.
No traffic was being blocked, and we cleared the street as soon as the walk sign was done. He was not going to arrest me at this point. I told him to fuck off and keep driving. I don't want his public service safety message. In front of a rally of hundreds and hundreds of people, this officer stopped, blocked traffic, got out of his car, and said, "Stop, I'm detaining you." I tried to walk away.
He didn't read your rights or anything? He didn't tell you why you were being arrested?
I didn't ask him.
I mean,
my partner asked.
You would assume they would tell you.
Asked, but it doesn't matter. Why did he arrest me? You know damn well why he arrested me, because I told him to fuck off.
Sounds like a power trip.
For an officer, you know, protest hundreds of people to illegally arrest him. It is perfectly legal to tell an officer to fuck himself because they're paid. Keep in mind, all cops are bastards.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I agree.
This is why he arrested me. There are no repercussions for this officer. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. And he felt so entitled that he owns this city, that he owns this town.
He handcuffed you. I didn't.
The sad part is, next time, he'll take me away in a car. He can take me in a car right now. When those officers came in and stopped him, next time they'll have batons out and they'll beat everyone here.
I've seen it happen, so I believe you.
So, anytime you see a politician taking a picture with a police officer during a protest, think about that.
I saw, what's his name, Chris came out of nowhere and then it was all better, right?
I don't want to talk to Chris.
No, yeah.
Chris will have a picture with those officers right now.
Yeah, he would.
It's unacceptable.
Even after what he personally saw. That's why I saw you and I was like, this is the moment to get your words about what happened, because I was honestly confused. And I thank you for showing up. I love your sign.
Hey,
I thought it was funny. Unlike some people. I love your umbrella. I'm sorry.